It started out as a beautiful and robust day here in New York City, but as we head into the afternoon, it looks like the clouds and the rain are starting to roll in. Happy lunch hour to you all, and thanks for joining me. I'm Micah Thomas. The same could be said of the Nike Shoe Company as of late, and it's hot off the heels of its recent ad featuring former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick. There's controversy in the air, and that's due to the fact that the tagline says, "Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything." But is it really just hypocrisy that we're looking at here today? Our guests are here today to help explain. I'd like to welcome now at this time PR representative for Nike, the Assistant Public Director of Public Relations, Kelly Williams, and also best-selling author Gabriella Estupinan. You'll have to excuse me the butcher with the time that we have. I'll spend all day trying to get that right. Who's written the book Corporate Lies and Hypocrisy, Secrets Behind the Marriage of Government and Big Corporations. And you, Gabrielle, are also you're the vice chair of the Congressional Economics Ethics Review Committee, correct?
Yes, that is right.
Excellent. Well, we're glad to have you both. Again, believe in something, even if it means sacrifice everything. Kelly, we're going to start with you. Is that a tagline, a direct show of support for Colin Kaepernick in his campaign?
Hello, Micah. Hello, Gabby. As you can see in my background that I'm at the studio right now. But to answer your question, while it is true that there's a lot of controversy surrounding the decision to use Colin Kaepernick in a 30-year anniversary, we want to be clear that this is not a distinct brand support for Colin Kaepernick himself. However, we have taken the liberty to maintain working relationships with athletes and individuals who dare to be different and stand out when others would just blend in the crowd. In sports, that's just what great athletes have to do. We simply know our footwear can go the distance with them.
If I may, this is utterly ridiculous. And the Mr. PR here is just simply spinning the situation. This is a blatant defense of Mr. Kaepernick, and that, for many Americans who feel he's showcasing the very essence of a non-patriot who knows nothing about sacrifice with his $34 million check in his pocket. It's just shameful.
Well, but what about that, Kelly? Surely this has to spell some sort of disaster, if you will, for Nike and their future operations. I mean, where sales are concerned. We have to certainly consider that that's got to be accounted for, right?
Micah, we thoroughly understood before we released the advertisements that we could lose a percentage of our customers, we could face possible boycotts, we could possibly lose big contracts like the ones that we have with the NFL. All these things were considered. However, Micah, we feel that our message to the world is the same as it was 30 years ago, to bring about oneness, togetherness, and making victory a normal way of life.
Kelly, how can you represent a company that is so hypocritical? Nike talks about sacrificing everything when Colin Kaepernick was paid well over $40 million. We can't look over that.
In today's society, it is certainly true that larger corporations have great influence in the marketplace, and Nike takes this huge responsibility seriously. Typically, we see a lot of negative use in handling this power. However, we're trying to portray a positive and encouraging message with our product and our advertising. Nike is personified as victory, strength, and speed. We are in favor of a progressive population, which just so happens to be about 80% of our consumer base.
Now, according to our numbers here, Kelly, that's actually 82% of your customer base that is under the age of 34. Now, do you feel that this was too bold of a move, essentially, to synchronize the entire brand with millennials?
Micah, progression takes boldness, and that's what this campaign is actually all about.
Say what you want, Kelly, but this marketing tactic is a face work, using a polarizing image of Colin. And what have you done for his cause, if you will? Nothing but pay a huge ransom in hopes you might increase sales. But you bet your chips on the wrong hand, Kelly. Colin's girlfriend tweeted racial things. Check it out. in case you didn't know. He wore socks to practice depicted police officers as pigs. Do you honestly think people will continue to support a brand that supports influencers like him? By the way, your ad is extremely ironic because your social justice spokesman talks about believe in something even if it means sacrificing everything. And little children and underpaid workers overseas are the ones who are actually producing the shoes and other products. Who's getting sacrifices here?
Hold on, guys. Let's stay on topic here, Gabby.
We believe in good business and supporting those in societies where economic opportunity is not provided. We think is the essence of the American spirit. But back to the point, Nike is simply trying to state that people will not always agree with you standing as a person, but we say stand anyway, because in the end, you're the one that has to look in the mirror. We do it at Nike, and we are pleased with what we see.
Yep. Kelly, does that mirror include the sales numbers in these marketing discussions and decisions? Essentially, I mean, how do you think this is going to impact business?
September 4th, Nike stock dropped 79% and 1 week later rose to 84%. 10 days later, Nike's online sales jumped 31% after the ad, according to Yahoo Finance. But this is not uncommon. Our sales were lower at an all-time low in February, and it was 62%. So clearly, we know our target audience, and we call them out to stand up and be awesome.
How does your critical success factor bear on this crisis exactly? I mean, you've made it clear, of course, in this case, that the brand expects a natural correction over time, naturally. But can you trust the credibility or build trust with your stockholders? Do they feel that the Nike brand is credible at this time?
Well, actually, we've gained more respect for our stockholders. Many of them were in the meetings that we've held because we value their thoughts. We've increased over 30% in the last 7 days. And again, our stock has gone up from 79% to 84%. We've lost customers, sadly, but we've also gained a lot of new customers, but also we've gained customers who are more dedicated to our brand and who's now willing to be like brand ambassadors and fight for the brand. But some of our critical success factors are, number one, marketing activities, sponsoring high-profile athletes around the world, and we are recognized for our brand name, Just Do It. Number two, extensive research and development. We understand our target audience and we listen to our customers when designing products that will best suit their needs and wants. Number three, production and manufacturing facilities. We have nearly 50,000 employees in factories located all around the world. And number four, extensive distribution facilities. Many retailers globally sell Nike's products.
Micah, this is all great and pretty, but at the end of the day, this was produced for one or two reasons. Either the brand fully supports Colin's protests and believes in it, or they don't believe in it but thought he was popular enough to boost sales. Both of which, if you ask me, are completely despicable. And that's all I'm trying to say. Kelly, all of your talk today means nothing to someone like me. And somehow, no matter how you try to dress it, all I can hear is, we will do anything to sell a shoe, including selling our corporate responsibility and patriotism for not in the public. It's just sad.
So, Gabby's made it pretty clear here at Kelly, her position at this point, and so many other Americans that may share her opinion as well. Now, what do you guys at Nike plan to do to sort of resolve this perspective in the minds of your critics?
We accept the bad that comes along with the good, but we would not change a thing. As Gabby stated, and I'll give her the correct answer, we do believe in taking a stand even when it's unpopular. Our positive message may increase sales, but we would never do a campaign for sales only. We believe in the message, and then we will proclaim it.
Kelly, what are some of the steps that you've taken to sort of handle something this monumental, if you will? Because Nike does not at all seem worried about this. It just doesn't seem to be a great strain to them. Now, what are some of the things that you have done to sort of mitigate the risk?
Well, Micah, our public relation team listens to our target audience, then plans, develops, and implement those public relation strategies. We monitor the brand by using websites like Feedly, which allows us to monitor the news, our industry, and the publications. We use Hootsuite and Metalytics to aggressively monitor our social media and online mentions. We have a team that does nothing more than look at reviews and feeds written on Google. And these are some of the ways that we can get intelligence, feedback, and simply how our audience feels about our product.
All right, well, we'll have to leave it there for now. And we want to thank you both for joining us, and you can continue to follow our coverage right here on DNN, Dynamic Network News online, and be able to follow this story and many others online on our website, www.dnn.com. Now, up next, we'll be hearing from the CEO of Facebook as he goes back to Capitol Hill. That's right, Mark Zuckerberg will be answering a few more questions regarding cybersecurity and Facebook security policies. All of that's going to be coming up right after the break. Hang in there. We'll be right back.